Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup panning, nail polish, and things happening in my real life. Today I have an update for the eyes Enjoy Your Eyeshadow project, so stay tuned. Alright, this is Eyes, the Enjoy Your Eyeshadows project. It was created by Deb B here on YouTube, who will be linked down in the description. And if she's not, let me know, because I will add her. This is all about using your eyeshadows in any way that works for you. And then each month, Deb asks us to pick our peak and our pit. Something that we really loved and something that we really didn't love. And work on it any way you want. I am working on my collection in a no pan left behind style. Each month I am rolling in 3 to 4 palettes. I was looking at my stack to see how many I grabbed. 3 to 4 palettes to work on in a no pan left behind, doing different looks throughout the month. And then I will show you pictures and talk about each of the shadows in my update. So let's go ahead and get started. Tell you what I had brought in for the last month, because I don't know if you watched it or not, so we'll talk about it. The first I have is some singles from Natasha Denona. These are depotted singles. These 3 here, the taupe, the lavender, and the lemon or yellow. I brought those in. I received a bunch of Natasha Denona singles from Allie here on YouTube at Wonder in Alleyland. And I'm trying to go through them and see which ones I like and any that I don't like and get some use out of them. And there are over 100. So I'm just bringing in a few at a time. They don't have names, so if you recognize them and know what palette they may be from, please let me know in the comments. I would be happy to know that. Otherwise, I'm going through and naming them myself. So these are all, this is a small pan in comparison, so these are the larger pans. And this is sort of a cool taupe. Lavender, and I call this one Ice Lemon, lavender, and cool taupe. So I used those this month, as well as the other 2 shades in there. One is from Lunar Beauty. Sorry. This one is from Lunar Beauty. It is a single from the, I always forget this, Advent calendar. And then this is also Natasha Denona I use in my brows. And then I had the BH Cosmetics Sapphire for September. It is a beautiful blue palette. I am working on a couple shades. I believe these 3 shades are in projects and working for a number of uses on those. I did not reach for this palette as much as I wanted to, so it may be sticking around for a little while. And then I have the BH, there's a lot of, they're all BH Cosmetics actually, except for the Natasha Denona. So this is Lost in Los Angeles. This is a pastel palette, and my goal was to do no pan left behind, and I did. I used all the shades in this palette at least once, some of them 2 or 3 times. Today I am wearing WeHo on my transition, and then on the shimmers I have Malibu in the inner half of my lid and Starstruck on the outer corner. And those are the last 2 shades I needed to use. I will talk about the rest of them when I get to them. And then to complete this bright look, I have the Trendy in Tokyo. So that is very pastel. This one is very bright. This is a bright rainbow palette if you haven't seen it. And today I am wearing, in my inner corner for the base is Naguri. And down here in the outer corner for my base is Kabuki with a little bit of Tokyo Tower in the middle. A very orange look, and then a little bit of neon in the inner corner, topped with the Natasha Denona yellow. And then for a couple shades in here, I have the Marvycorn by BH Cosmetics, and I was mainly focusing on a couple shades. One up here I'm covering because it's in another project and I don't want to spoil it, but it is a blue, purple shimmer from called Bahamas. And then I was working on this one down here, which is Moana, and it is a teal in a project for a certain number of uses. And now I have Bahamas all over my fingers. Okay, so let's go through all the looks I did over the last month. The first look was last month in February. On the 13th, I started with, let's see, this was a pink and purple look. Yes, okay. I started with neon in my transition, and then on the lid I had Shrine, which is the darker, yes, Shrine, the darker yellow on my inner corner, and Tokyo Station, the purple, on my outer corner. For the shimmer, I had Bahamas from the Marvycorn, which I will give you a swatch of since I don't want to show you the pan. And there is that. It's more of a satin than a shimmer. I wore that on the outer half. And, oh, one I forgot to grab. This gold single from Medusa's Makeup in the shade Woke. This is their baked formula. Sort of a very Mardi Gras look. And it was green, purple, and gold. So those were my shimmers. And in the inner corner, I had the yellow from Natasha Denona, which I have on my inner corner today. And I used a purple liner. And I will give you a swatch of the Natasha Denona. I have named this one Ice Yellow. And there it is there. It is very icy yellow. But I think it makes a lovely inner corner shade, and I've worn it several times that way. It's a little bit of a cool yellow. So that was my first look. The next look was on the 14th, the day after. And that one used the Lost in Los Angeles. I try and focus mainly on one palette unless I have to dip back and forth for colors. So for that look, on the transition, I used 90210, which is this pink. And then on the lid, I did the 405, which is the orange here, or sort of a coral. And the shimmer, I used Sunset Boulevard, which I guess is this one. Yes. And I will give you a swatch of that. And is that the only shimmer? Apparently. And then on the inner corner, I used the Hills, which is this one right here. And that was a simple look. Okay. So that is Sunset Boulevard, and you can barely see it down there. The Hills is a nice soft pink shimmer. Okay, and then the next day on the 15th, I tend to wear makeup in a row. I started with the lavender from the Natasha Denona, which is that guy right there. And then I went back into Lost in Los Angeles. And on the lid, I put down a base of Abbott Kinney, which is this violet purple here. And then for shimmers, I topped it with Bahamas from the Marvycorn, the purple shimmer, and Melrose, which is this purple shimmer here. So it was a lighter purple look. And then I used my eyeliner sequins from LA Girl, which I have right here because I wanted to talk about it. This is it. It's a purple liner. It's called Sequins, and it's metallic. I am wearing it today, and it's getting very short. I went to use it today and actually just crumbled, so I had to sharpen it, and it took me a long time to sharpen it. So this is, I'm not having fun with it. It keeps breaking, but I'm glad I'm using it up. It's just going really fast because I keep having to sharpen it a lot. Okay, the next look I did on the 22nd. I started with the Natasha Denona taupe. That guy right there. And then I went into the shade Sympathetic, which is this blue here. And I combined that with the purple shimmer from Medusa's from the Marvycorn, that one on top. And yep, that was it. And then for the shimmer, that's weird. Okay, I did the base was blue and purple, and then the shimmer was Moana, which is the teal and gold. Okay. So this is a swatch of Moana. So that color, that teal and that gold on top of that base and a blue. I have a picture to see what it looks like. I just wrote down what I wrote down. And I used my eyeliner from Lottie London in the shade Velvet, which is a very dark blackened purple. Okay, then we're just going to keep going through it because otherwise we're going to be here all day. The next look I started with the lavender from Natasha Denona, and then I went in with, oh, we're going all back and forth. Okay. We went in with Tokyo Station, that is the deep purple from Trendy in Tokyo, and then a little bit of Abbott Kinney, which is the violet purple on the inner half of the lid. And then for shimmers, I went with Bahamas again and Melrose, which, did I ever swatch Melrose? No, I never swatched Melrose. I will swatch Melrose. That's coming off more satin. So yeah, the dark purple and then the light violet topped with Bahamas, that one, and Melrose, that one. So a purple look. And in the inner corner, I did the Hills, which is that pinky one right there. And the liner was the purple sequins. A lot of purple looks, apparently. The next look, I had a lot of looks this month. Okay, the next one started with the Lost in Los Angeles. And we started with Runyon Canyon, which is this sort of brown color. And for the lid, the lid colors were LAX, which is the green, and Sympathetic, which is the blue from the other palette. And then for shimmers, I did City of Angels, which is this blue down here in the corner. And I combined that in the outer corner with Sapphire from the Sapphire for September. Which is kind of a purpley blue. And in the inner corner, I used a little bit of the Abbey, which is the white, topped with Rush Hour, which is this silver here, which I don't think I've swatched yet. And I might as well just swatch all the shimmers in this palette, but we'll get there eventually. And that is Rush Hour down there, sort of a bluey silver. Okay. Oh, and then for liner, I did the upper lashes, I did purple with the sequins, and then the bottom along my lower lashes, I did turquoise. which is turquoise. I think it's from NYX. Oh, and then I topped a little bit of Sporty, which is this one right here in the middle of the lid. Where to put that? Right there. Okay, that hand is full. On to the next hand. So for the next look on the 28th, I started with the Natasha Denona taupe again. And on the lid, I put Bermuda, which is the purple satin. And then for a shimmer, I did the Lunar Beauty single. I don't know why I swatched it with that hand because I don't have any room on. Hold on. Swatch with the other hand. That is the Lunar Beauty single. And then Rodeo Drive. Oh, okay. Interesting. Which is also almost the exact same color. It's a little more gold, which the one from Lunar Beauty is a little bit green and bronzy, and then Rodeo Drive is a little bit more gold on top of a purple base. And then in the inner corner, I did Abby the white with Rush Hour the silver blue again, or wherever it was, this one. And I used the Lottie London Velvet liner. Okay. Apparently I'm trying to get a lot of uses on Bermuda. So the next look was on the 29th. And then for my lid and transition, I used Bermuda. And then on the lid, I did Abby. The Abby, which is the white on the inner corner with Bermuda on the outer corner. And then for the shimmer, I put Rush Hour, which was this silvery blue. And that's it. I did, oh, Bermuda. That's why that didn't sound right. Wrong shadow. 1 second. When you have two shadows with very similar names, and forget about one of them. So, no. So the previous look, the taupe with the Lunar Beauty, this look, it was with this shade, which is Bermuda, not Bahamas. They're both places. They're tropical. This is a single from Medusa's Makeup, and it is a gray. Whew, okay, I was wondering why I was using Bermuda so much. So this is when I went, yeah, okay. So this one, a gray base with this goldy bronze look, and then a gray base with the silver, the white, and the silver Rush Hour. So the next look then was Bermuda on the lid and transition. And then I used Tokyo Tower, which is the dark red from the Tokyo. Yeah, I used that. So it was gray and red. And then for shimmers, I'm not going to pull it out, but I used Aphrodite and Apollo from, oh, I'll get it, hold on. Okay, I used Aphrodite and Apollo from the Galaxy Chic palette. So Aphrodite is this dark red here, and Apollo is this dark gray here. I'm not going to swatch them. I think I swatched them last month because I think I wore the same look last month. So that's the only time I use this. And then for liner, no, for the inner corner, I used something from another palette. I'm back. I used Viper Tracks from the BH Cosmetics Venom, and Viper Tracks is this sort of pinky shimmer, pinky gold white shimmer. I use that is for my inner corner. All over the place for that look. All right. That was on the first. I know I don't have a photo of that one. Sorry. If I do have a photo, I'll put it in, but I don't think I do. All right. And then finally, we're catching up. The 5th, I started with the Natasha Denona Lavender. And then I did the Tokyo Station, which is the purple. And I combined that on the lid, that's on the outer corner. And then on the inner corner, I did Cherry Blossom. And then for shimmers, I did the purple Bahamas and Ueno Park. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This one right here, it is Ueno Park. It is a pink shimmer. I keep doing the wrong hand. Bright pink shimmer with the dark purple on the outer corner. The inner corner, I did Live Into Life, which is the highlighter from the Marvycorn palette. And the liner was the purple sequins. I'm doing purple eyeliner all over the place. Okay. Then on the 6th, I did, for the transition color, I did Dreamer from, Dreamer, which is this green down here. And then on the lid, I did, oh yes, this was a green look. Okay, on the lid, I did Imperial Palace, which is this green here, and neon in the inner half, and a little bit of Bullet Train on the outer corner to darken it up. And then for shimmer, I used Rainbow Bridge, which is this chartreuse color here. So that, there it is, chartreuse color there, along with Woke the Gold from Medusa's Makeup. And then the inner corner was Neon, the bright yellow from here. And I did turquoise liner. And then finally, the last look was yesterday, and you could see that in my, what video did I just record? Yesterday. Same pan last year. So I started with Natasha Denona Taupe. And then on the outer corner, I did Bermuda Gray. And in the inner half, I used Ice Yellow from Natasha Denona. And then the shimmers, I used Woke, the gold from Medusa's Makeup, and the Lunar Beauty single here. And then my inner corner was the Natasha Denona single. And then to recap what I'm wearing today, because why not? In the transition, what did I start with? I remember. My transition, I have WeHo. And then I have, I'm not going over it. We already covered it at the beginning. So, all that is what I did. I did meet my goal on No Pan Left Behind on the Lost in Los Angeles, and that is going to be retired. I did not, well, this one was not in for No Pan Left Behind. This one was just in for specific uses. It's going to stick around because I still have uses to do. The Trendy in Tokyo, I have not used all the shades yet. I have not used these two pinks down here, these two blues up here, or the purple shimmer here. So this will stick around for a little while longer. and then that can go away. I still have uses to do on Moana, so that is going to stick around. And then what I'm bringing in this month, so I'm going to take out the Natasha Denona singles. I think I had put a goal to wear them all at least twice, and I have done that, at least as far as I can tell. I didn't actually calculate it. So I'm bringing in 3 new Natasha Denona shadows. Let me, I was going to say let me swatch them, but I won't. So first off, we're bringing in this dark brown. It looks very similar to the dark brown I have for my eyeshadow or for my brows. So this might be used there. And then I have this bright blue. These are both mattes. And like I said, if you recognize any of these shadows and what palette they came from and what they may be called, if they have names, let me know. These are all, again, the big palette, big pans. And then this one is a green shimmer, which may be a cream to powder formula. It feels a bit hard, so I might have to play with that one. But that is a bright green. So that is my new palette. I think that's going to make a nice combo for March. And then as for palettes, I am bringing in 3 new palettes to use No Pan Left Behind. The first one is one I just picked up. It is from LA Colors. It is their Surreal Dream. And I got this because it was on sale. And this is what it looks like. It's a very dark, muted, sort of bluey neutral. I have not swatched any of these colors yet. Looks like they are mostly satins, like a satin shimmer. This looks to be matte, and this looks matte, and that's it. The rest all look to be satins or shimmers. So looking forward to playing that. If you used this palette before, let me know what you think of it. Like I said, I haven't even swatched it yet, so I'm looking forward to playing with that. Brand new in my collection. Then a couple oldies that are coming back through rotation. This is the I Heart Revolution Mermaid's Heart palette. And this is a blue-green, a teal and gold and green palette. I have used this before, and I believe I've used every shade in here at least once, but looking forward to playing with this more. And again, I thought this would be good for St. Patrick's Day. I just randomly selected these in the rotation. I have all my palettes in a box, and I just randomly picked the next 3 that were lined up. This one because it was new, and then this one, and then the next one is from Ace Beaute. It is the Violet Sage. Oh, my light died. And this is what it looks like. It's pink, purple, and green. And looking forward to using this No Pan Left Behind. I know I have used every shade in this palette, so looking forward to using that. And that is it for peaks this month. I want to say I'm really loving this lemon ice, I called it. I wrote a name on the back of it. Lemon Ice from Natasha Denona. I really enjoy this. It makes a beautiful brightening inner corner and just a lovely shade to work with. As for pits, I have 2. One is my Lunar Beauty single. It is a beautiful shade. It is this one right here, a beautiful greeny bronze, but after a while, the shimmer sort of disperses and becomes glittery, and I'm left with the base and glitter everywhere. No matter how I set it or prime it, it creases. It's just, I'm not happy. It doesn't last. So that, and then my second pit is this pencil. I'm sure it's because it's getting older, but the fact that it keeps breaking and I keep having to sharpen it, and it started much taller. One, I'm glad that I'm getting use out of it, but 2, I'm disappointed that I keep having to sharpen it. So that is it. If you enjoyed this very long update, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it would very much make me happy if you do so. And until next month, take care of yourselves, stay true to you, and I'll see you later. Bye!